Hey, what's happening? This is your trusted host, Jarrett, and I'm back again. Now in this video, I'm gonna show you how to install WordPress on your site. Now WordPress is the platform that we're gonna use to make sexy, powerful websites that look just like this. Now this one right here, this is WordPress. This is WordPress too. So this is what you're gonna get hooked up with. And this one. Alright, so now you know, and this should give you an idea of what your site is going to look like. Now, WordPress is free, and it is really easy to set up on your site. So let's do that right now. First, what you need to do is go to your email box. So head over to your inbox right now. And I want you to pull up that email that HostGator sent you, which is this one. The subject line should be new account info. Now, a quick and easy way to set up WordPress is to do it from your website's control panel. So that's where we're headed. Now, one thing I want you to remember before we head to the control panel is you're going to need to remember your username and password, because when we go to the control panel section, it's going to ask us for it. So my username, which is Jarrett2, I could remember that. My password, not so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my password. So I'm just going to select it, right click, then go to copy. So next, let's log into our control panel. So I'm going to click this button right here. And then we type in our username and password. So my username was Jarrett2. Password, I'm just going to right click and paste it. Now, as a side note, you could enter your control panel at any time from going to yourwebsite.com or .net, whatever it is, /cpanel. So in my case, it's hyperfbtrafficblog.com/cpanel, just like you see on the screen. Now that address is a lot easier for me to remember, and it's going to take you to the exact same spot. So let's go ahead and log in right now. I'm going to click OK. Now, if this is your very first time logging in, it's going to give you a pop-up asking you if you need help getting started. So just close that. Don't worry about it. So next, once we're in the control panel, I want you to open up a tool called Fantastico. Now, Fantastico has a little happy smiley face on it. And the newest version of cPanel makes it super easy to find stuff. So if you go down here to where it says find, just type it in. So I'm going to type in Fantastico. And as you can see, I only have to type a few letters and it picks it up right there. So there it is, Fantastico with a little happy face. And as you can see, it's underneath the software and services tab. So go ahead and click on it. Next, once you're here, I want you to click on WordPress. So go ahead and click on that right now. Then I want you to go down to where it says New Installation. So go ahead and click on that. Okay, so now we're here. Right at the top, it's going to ask you to install on which domain. Now, if you've had a hosting account with HostGator in the past, make sure that you're installing this on the right domain. Drop it down and make sure that it's for your brand new one. So in my case, hyperfbtrafficblog. So I'm just going to leave that. Down below it, it asks you what directory you want to install it into. And you know what? We're just going to leave it blank. Next, it's going to ask us what we want our admin username and password to be. Now, you're going to want to make sure to write these down and remember it. And you're going to need to remember this each time you log into WordPress. So it's very important that you remember these two. So for this video, I'm just going to use Jarrett, and my password is going to be test123. Now this is just for the video. I don't recommend using a bad password like this. So nickname. Now your nickname is what shows up every time you make a post on your blog or every time you respond to comments. Now you got a few options and all of them work fine. You can choose to just use your first name, so I can just put Jarrett, or you can use your full name, or if you don't want to give out your real name, you could use a pen name, as in just make one up. Or another trick that you can use which can give you some link juice from Google, is to throw in your main keyword here. So for admin nickname, what I can do is I can do hyper FB traffic, just like that. And this way, each time I make a post on my blog, it's actually going to have a link that says hyper FB traffic. So that's one technique. Feel free to use whatever you want. Honestly, it's really not that big of a deal. So for admin email, put your email address. If you haven't set up an email account at your website yet, then maybe change this to something else. But for now, I'm just going to leave it because you can always change this later. Site name, we can customize this later. Same with description. But for now, I'm just going to give a quick description for it. I'll say hyper FB traffic reviewed. Then I'll just throw a bracket in here, and then I'll say, is FB traffic a scam? All right. Then I'll click install WordPress. So this will tell you what the SQL database is right here. And you may need to remember this, so you might want to write this down. Next, let's head over to finish installation. And now our WordPress blog is installed. It gives you a reminder of what your username and your password is. Now it also tells you how you log into your back office for WordPress, which is really important, which is /wp-admin. But what I want to do is let's head straight over to our website to check to make sure that it's all working. So I just went over to hyperfbtrafficblog.com and it should look something like this. Now don't worry if this isn't the design that you want or if yours looks ugly, because we can customize it using WordPress themes. And I'll see you in the next video.